XCN Onyx coin is now available on Revolut Europe. Now, XCN was available on Revolut in the past, I think for other users, but because Cryptology right here has, given some good insight and has, made a nice spot that it's now officially listed on Revolut Europe, because at the time there was not much access to it for people in the the European side of the crypto space, right? So yes, it's been listed on Revolut for other users, I think US users, etc. But now it's available for Europe users, right? So this is from Cryptology. Breaking: the timing is not a coincidence. XCN sending finally live on Revolut app just as we hit the biggest milestone yet. The Goliath mainnet launched this Friday. Tomorrow for Goliath is about to happen, guys. 1 day left, right? We're moving from speculation to a high-speed L1 powerhouse for global finance. The infrastructure is ready, the liquidity is moving, and the Goliath is waking up. Don't sleep on the shift from ERC20 to an institutional grade layer 1. As you can see, sending withdrawals now live, right? Now you can directly send withdraw between Revolut and Onyx wallet. So Stuart here says it's been on the UK app and Cyprus app for over a year on Revolut. Cryptology: don't know about the UK or Cyprus, but in mainland Europe it was not available until recently. This is a huge sign, as the European Union has one of, if not the toughest digital asset regulations. A big step in the right direction. So this is massive stuff, guys, and again, love to see what Onyx is doing here. Love to see that they're building consistently. As always, guys, I tell you, nothing I say is financial advice. Never invest more than you're willing to lose in any project, but I'm bullish on XCN. I think XCN will have great upside. Like I said, there's speculation. Clearly XRP, XLM are projects that will continue to do well in this space, and I think what XCN is accomplishing here makes it an undervalued or an underdog in the space as far as remittances, as far as corporate disruption or collaboration with corporate enterprises, institutional grade technologies, right? Blockchain technology tapping into the institutional sector is going to be massive, and I think XCN is very undervalued compared to the XRP, XLMs of the world, especially since they have their own innovative technology here, their own innovative technology and their own unique technology here, and they're trying to accomplish their own goals and their own product market fit. So this is why I say I wouldn't be surprised XCN becomes a friendly rival to XRP in the future and XLM, right? And has a potential to also grow as massively as well, right? The crypto space has, the XCN project is focused on real world building, utility. They're so focused on, changing the rules of the game here in crypto, and what they're tapping into, who their product market fit is, who they're targeting, is very bullish right now. It just, again, nothing is guaranteed in the space, guys. Remember this. So again, if you're going to invest, never invest an amount that will put you in a terrible spot. Invest an amount that you're willing to say, hey, if I invest this, I may lose this, but this is what I'm happy with, right? Because crypto is all about risks, and in crypto, you take those risks and you're successful at it, it payoffs massively, right? It payoffs unlike anything I've seen, right? Like I said, guys, I used to make channels in the past about anime, anime reaction to music, rap music, and reviews on horror movies, reactions to horror movies, etc., right? And those channels did extremely well with viewership and stuff like that. They were doing pretty good. But when it came to crypto, and when the market is bullish and things are going great, I've never seen anything like I've seen as far as the amount of money I made in 2024. I've never seen anything else like it in my entire life of living, right? And it happened so fast too, right? Now, did I take profits as best I could have? No, because it was my first time doing something like that, and I don't have anyone teaching me. I'm learning as I go and getting better, and this is why I say you can learn from my mistakes, right? So this is why I always preach and say, profit taking is very important. So I think, like I said, you find good altcoins, you find projects that are building consistently, even through the bear market and terrible market conditions. You find projects like that, you DCA, you do your own research on said project, you diversify your portfolio. You don't have to be all in on one project. And then when the market starts to get into the mode where, hey, everyone's making money again, or people that were paying attention are, getting rich, now's the time to take some profits, right? This is why I'm really keeping an eye on the fear and greed index. I'm like so tapped into it. If I paid attention to it in 2024, I would have did much better as far as profit taking. I'll be honest, right? So I got to keep my eyes zoned in on the fear and greed, because crypto is all psychological. I think I have a skill with identifying good projects, even if it's just a few. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just a few good projects. I have a skill for that. And then when it gets to extreme greed or greed, I'm looking at the project, I'm like, okay, I'm up in some profits. I'll take some profits here, So overall, the macro, Bitcoin is down to 70K once again. So it's affecting all the altcoins, right? We have a thread from, Cryptology as well here. Where we at on time? 6 minutes, okay. So Cryptology, XCN update Q1 2026. The performance of XCN in the first quarter of 2026 cannot be analyzed in isolation from the broader macroeconomic headwinds that have reshaped the risk asset landscape. The period that has been marked by a risk-off sentiment driven by hawkish Federal Reserve commentary, escalating geopolitical tensions with the war, surges in global oil prices, gas is super expensive, oil is going through the roof. It's just a tough time to be a crypto investor right now, guys, but that's when you're supposed to be paying attention, when it's a tough time. Even if you have less than $3,000 in the space right now, I'm telling you, it's better than keeping that. It's better than just keeping that on the sidelines, watching and waiting. You DCA, right? You don't have to invest right away, guys. DCA meaning like every week, every 2 weeks, you buy some crypto, right? I'm telling you, because it pays off so much when we get moments that are risk on. It pays off so much because I've seen it myself. I could speak, right? I've seen it myself. I did something crazy in 2024, so I could speak, right? If I didn't do it in the past, I would have been like, it's crypto is, a waste of time, etc. But I did it in the past, and I'm like, I see how powerful this market is. And I'm just a regular guy. I didn't have any insider knowledge. No, private groups. I was just a guy that made content on my other channels at the time here and there. And I saw opportunities. I saw the market shift, and I think I saw the adoption of all of a sudden meme coins going parabolic. And I saw, Ethereum meme coins. I was like, okay, so how do I be successful? Because trading Solana meme coin is very tough. So let me try other chains. I went to Base chain. I went to Ethereum, and then all of a sudden, boom, less than $4,000, went parabolic, guys. I'm telling you. So, these times will come back, and when they are back, if you're already here, in my opinion, you're positioned for like great upside. Obviously, it's not guaranteed, but you're positioned for it, right? So these factors have exerted downward pressure on the total cryptocurrency market cap, which saw a 2.15% decline in the late March, dragging high beta altcoins like XCN into technical breakdown below key moving averages. The data indicates that while XCN suffered from significant elevator drops, exemplified by the 6.43% decline on March 6, and the subsequent volatility clusters, is constantly found liquidity in the sub 205 zone, right? So basically that means that's a good level to DCA into XCN. The average price for the first half of March 2026 hovered around 205047, suggesting a baseline stabilization despite the 96% drawdown from the May 2022 all-time high of 18 cents, right? So 18 cents, 18.4 cents, right? So the technical structure of XCN in late March 2026 is currently summarized as a strong sell to neutral by traditional moving average systems. Yet internal momentum indicators suggest a rounding bottom. The divergence between short-term trend lines and long-term moving averages is a primary area of focus for quantitative analysts, right? So XCN right now, there's also a Zealy update. Important Zealy reminder, monthly tax will close on the 29th. Anyone flagged loses 200 XP per flag. A new task to collect wallets will be added. Make sure to submit before the 31st. Submissions after the deadline equal disqualification. So again, the team's still building, still doing you know, amazing stuff here. From George here. As a reminder, XCN token contract will always remain on Ethereum, as well as XCN staking and XCN governance. Be aware of imposters seeking to scam the community on XCN airdrop or new XCN token contract, as it is not the case, nor it will ever be. I would think that's just smart from the XCN team to keep it Ethereum and base, because for example, I trade base in Ethereum. Like I said, you know, say for example, I make a massive trade and I'm like, yo, where do I put some of these profits? And then I'm like, oh, XCN is right there, right? I don't have to, you know, bridge a ton of money over to Goliath, etc. So Goliath being the L1, but also still having liquidity on Ethereum base is just smart, right? So be aware of the scammers out there, guys. Pay attention. You know, just listen. If you're gonna, you know, be in the ecosystem, make sure you always pay attention to official links and what the official, you know, X account or the official comms of the project says. Nothing else, right? So XCN right now sitting at 205, sitting just under 194 mil market cap. Again, I think it's forming higher lows. It looks to me like it's forming higher lows here. Look at this. You know, the bottom, the low of the low was around 2046. It made a new low, higher low here at 2048. Higher low here at 2005. Goliath is tomorrow. A lot of people probably are super excited about it. So, you know, again, it's great to see, man, that the team continues to build, and I'll keep you guys updated on the coverage. So if you want to support the channel, because YouTube is very strict on their policies here, and you know, if you want to support the content moving forward, humbly ask if you could become a Patreon for $5 a month, guys, just to support the channel further. It really helps the channel out so I could keep making this content and providing the content for you guys if you enjoy it, if you like the content, man. So as always, nothing I say is financial advice. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, join my Discord, follow me on X, subscribe to my Clips channel, and join the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'll catch you in the next one.